In November 2004, a group of young locals gathered to discuss how they could make an impact on their small farming community. At the time, like many other rural towns in Victoria, Elmore was experiencing some hardship, and there was a need to create an event with the potential to generate funds into their community and at the same time bring new visitors to their town. Led by Frank Harney and Sam Shotton, the Elmore Charity Ball Committee was formed at the Shamrock Hotel. The committee included a number of young locals, and collectively they pooled their contacts and resources to organise the very first Elmore Summer Send-Off on the March long weekend 2005. They had only 109 days to pull this off.
I've travelled around this land, I've been looking for a place to call my own. I seen them big city lights.
Yeah, I got elected to be the president. We talked about it for ages and that we should run one, and I said, righto, get along to a meeting at the Shamrock, and those that are keen, come along, get involved, and we'll see what we can do. So I suppose in a way the rest they could say is history, but we've even got we're a pretty casual crew at the time, we've even got the minutes. I know they were written on a beer bottle bag. So she's a bit of history in my scrawl, and that's where it all began.
I remember you come and knocked on the door one day. We were pretty good mates there, and we still are now. But he come with his harebrained schemed idea, and somehow you sucked me in, and I was secretary, elected secretary, and I'm still here today.
I do a lot of contracting around, a lot of B&S Balls are run, and they're in marquees, and they struggle a bit with facilities. And we had the Elmore Field Day site out there with all these perfect facilities for running one, and we said this can only be easier to run and just add to the community, and it'd be a great thing for the town. So it was a bit of everything, that we've got the wherewithal to do it, we should be doing it, and if we can do it, we'll make money for the community.
This massive shed behind me is where all the fun happens, and folks, I mean fun. Last time I performed here, there were 1,700 punters, all having a great time in the spirit of a good old Aussie B&S Ball. But today, we're going inside to meet some of the original committee members.
Yeah, look, we had some tremendous support. The classic one was Lyndon Hosking at the Premix King in Bendigo. He said, here's the grog and pay for it after the event. I think it might have been Toby's credit card we left behind there as security, and bloody sure it wouldn't have 30 grand limit on it.
Part of getting the licence was that we had to have security and we had to have insurance, so I think that all went on my brother's credit card. And then we organised a heap of grog, and I carried that bill until the ball was over, and I think we needed 400 to break even. And there was a few sweaty palms and a few nerves until we got to 350, and they were still lined up, and we thought, here we go. Then we got to 400 and the pressure came off a bit, and got to 500 and thought, beauty, we're going to have something to kick back into the town. And 600 we all basically couldn't care from then. By the time it was all wrapped up and we had 700, we were a bit flabbergasted as to what it had achieved. But yeah, it was, well, we didn't have any account to get rolling with, so someone had to kick it along.
Yeah, used to go to a lot of B&Ss, and you'd see some pretty good crowds. And yeah, when we started, and then it grew and grew and grew, just every year, it was unreal. And I guess we thought we'd do okay because of the facilities. We didn't have to use a marquee or that, so I guess that was the recipe for the success, I guess. But yeah.
When the committee initially came and saw me about starting a B&S Ball here in Elmore, my initial reaction was, put it bluntly, horror.
We soon realised that if we were going to run it for any longevity, that we had to be responsible, and the liquor licensing accord was, or act was a crucial part of it. And to Sam's credit, we've almost rewritten the rule book on that job as far as how we run it, and it's easier now to get a liquor licence than it ever was when we started.
The first B&S Ball that we had 9 years ago was something of a challenge for everyone. No one actually knew what was going to happen.
Back in 2005, I was executive producer of a band called Crackerjack, who happened to play at Elmore. We went to meet with the committee and just listened to all their stories in terms of what they're planning on doing with the funds they raise and the funds they actually did raise the year before. Their passion was just contagious. So I had some website background, Helen had some marketing experience. We decided we'd build a community of interest website for B&S Balls to be able to advertise, promote their balls, sell tickets, whatever they want to do, chat, the lot.
No one ever envisaged of having 12 or 14 or 1500 people there. Probably didn't envisage it going for 10 years either. Thought if we could run it for a couple of years and bring in 20 or 30 grand and give it out to the community or whatever it might be, it was, be well worthwhile. Seems you're doing that every year now.
When you're divvying the money out, it's a great pleasure to be able to contribute something like that to the community, and I think all our committee members do actually see it at the end of it all.
$35,000 to local medical practice, nearly $40,000 to the Rochester Secondary School College for driver education training. We've supported the recreation reserve, we've helped them with the irrigation system.
The contribution that the Elmore Charity Ball has made to our pre-driver education program over the years has been fantastic.
We've got a new fire pump here with coupled up to 288,000 kilolitre storage unit, and it's just to help fight fires on site.
Regards the Rec Reserve, they've given money to the netball club with refurbishment of their courts. The Elmore Cricket Club, Footballers Cricket Club, money for a bowling machine.
My connection to the B&S Ball is that I'm a past president of the Elmore Netball Club. I've also been involved with the local preschool and the Catholic primary school. As a result of those connections, we've worked out at the B&S during the night shift and the morning shift to cook breakfast for the patrons and raised a lot of funds doing so.
Rochester Scouts, they lost a lot of their camping equipment in the floods a few years ago, and money was donated to them to buy new tents and more camping equipment.
So it's great for us as a committee to be able to contribute and help you with your worthy causes.
It is, very much so, because as everybody knows, the Red Cross do a terrific job.
I couldn't see a better form of community support than the Elmore Charity Ball providing money for the young people of the district to, raise their awareness about driving and safety.
The success of the B&S Charity Ball has not only delivered considerable funds to many charities and sporting clubs around town, but has had a significant and positive impact on the prosperity of small and larger businesses in Elmore and surrounding areas.
I see famous people driving fancy cars, sunglasses so dark they don't know who they are. Life's just a party, all by design, everybody wants to be a star.
Oh, it's huge.
You can't measure it really.
The local BP, even though we do breakfast here, it's one of their busiest days of the year, between fuel and egg and bacons and a bit of probably cans of Coke because they're feeling a bit ordinary, and the local pubs have built up their own little group that'll come earlier in the day or on the Friday night and camp, and all meet up at that particular pub and form their crew together to head out.
I don't think you can actually put a single figure on it, but yes, our takeaway businesses certainly benefit from that weekend. People come earlier than the event itself, stay for a few days, and I guess depending on their state after the event, they may need to stay another couple of days to recover.
We became involved with the B&S when they contacted us with regards to holding a Friday night pre-B&S party. And we thought it'd be a great opportunity to build a business, and just went on from there. We ended up with a massive crowd on a Friday night, so we decided to sponsor the band in the car park on a Saturday afternoon, and it just followed on from there. It's been a great flow-on effect for us, and people come back every year.
Yeah, well, I supply the hotel and the hotels and service stations and all that sort of stuff, and that's good for business. Yeah, very good actually.
The B&S has been really good for my business here. Every year the people that come here come into the pubs and, well, to all the places in town.
So it's not only the community and our volunteers, it's and our suppliers, but the people behind the scenes are also our families. And without them, none of us would be able to sit here tonight.
Yeah, basically the same as Sam, and even Liz, my wife, like the only way she was going to see me was join the committee, so she's been the treasurer for the last few years. So, and yeah, the boys have always come to Working Bees, and you know, Tom's come on the committee, but even when they were under 18, like they'd be here on the day right up until we finally had to say, righto, it's time, you can't be here anymore.
Yes, it brings a lot of people into town. Yes, it introduces our small communities to a much wider population. But yeah, credit to them, they've done an extraordinary thing by having this event, and 9 years is wonderful. It just keeps getting bigger and better.
They're not putting money in their own pocket. It's all going back to the community, and that's the best part about it.
Once we got involved with Elmore and got involved with the website and the whole community spirit behind it, you couldn't stop. I finally understood what B&S Balls were about, and there was nothing more exciting than educating other people, especially from our generation, in what B&S Balls are about, and it's all about community.
Very well managed, very well controlled, and very financially managed.
As a principal of this school, I just can't thank them enough really for the work they do for us.
The people who put this together, I think, are fantastic role models for our community.
I just never imagined it was all pie in the sky stuff when we started. You know, notes on a serviette, and take my hat off to all the people who've kept it running, and you know, get those numbers there now.
The B&S, all the summertime balls, contribution to the community in Elmore is a great example to how small organisations can turn around the economy of a small town.
What they've donated just to charities and sporting bodies and the likes in Elmore has been phenomenal, and it is a lot of chook raffles to raise the money that these people have donated around the community. I think they're to be congratulated, and they've run a very, very good show.
Awesome effort, guys.
Yeah,
Really.
absolutely. Congratulations, and continue getting better.
When this sort of thing is happening over a period of time, it kind of becomes like part of the fabric of the community, if you like. And I think it strengthens the town and the district.
I think they're going to be around for a long time, and they're probably the example ball for balls around Australia.
On behalf of some of the old people, I congratulate them because they do a terrific job.
With the 10th anniversary only a few weeks away now, and the hard work and preparation for this committee just starting to heat up, I had to ask the $6 million question. Are you all going to front up again next year? And what about the future of the Elmore B&S Charity Ball?
Proof that I want to do it again. I started and I've moved away and I've come back and I'm back on the committee, so definitely.
Definitely, without a doubt.
I think I'd probably still keep doing it, but you have to be realistic, and there's got to become a time where you change over.
You've got to have something to dream about every year.
Yep, yeah, bloody earth. Yep.
Yeah, look, I love it. I've got my sons on the committee as well now, so the transition's there. So yeah, I'll support them and be behind the scenes, but yeah, love it, every bit of it.
We probably underestimate it, yes. We don't like to pat ourselves on the back, but deep down I think we do know and we do believe that the community's proud of the efforts. But at the same time, yes, it is a team effort, and Frank and I couldn't have done what we did at the start without the commitment and the involvement of everybody else.